I feel like this is just like a sacred question now. Where do you read Assassin's Creed? Look at, I'm gonna keep saying Assassin's Blade. Did it say Assassin's? I swore I read Assassin's Creed on there too. Where do you read this? So you can read this at the very beginning of this whole series. But if you want to go with what SJM said, you see I got a spot right here in the middle. I know I don't got much room in my camera view here, but SJM said to read it as book number 3. Now, some people will tell you to read it as book number 4. And it just changes the point of view of the way you look at it. Some people are glad that they read this one first. Some people wish they would have read it third. Some people say they wish they would have read it fourth and seen what happened. I guess it's just up to you. Where am I gonna read it? I'm gonna take SJM's advice and I'm gonna go ahead and read it third. I haven't read it yet because, like I said, I am finishing up book 3 over there of Akatar. So I'm on A Court of Wings and Ruin, which is book 3, and I am going to stop and not read book 4 and book 5. I'm gonna take somebody else's advice. I'm gonna read 1, 2, and 3 over there, and then I'm gonna swing over here. I'm gonna read A Throne of Glass, and then book number 2, and then I'm gonna read this one, and then I'm gonna probably read, oh yeah, this one, and then here, let me pull it a little bit closer so you can see. So this one, and then and then there's another one. Holy crap, there's so many to read. And then I'm gonna read these two together, like they said, the tangent read, and then I'm gonna read those two and this one. Yeah, and then I'm gonna jump into Crescent City. But because this series, even though Crescent City is the newest one, just came out, and everybody's still hyped on that one, um, I'm just not in a hurry to read all these. And the reason is because even though this series is, some of it's a little bit older, not too much, not older, but I'm just trying to stay current with a lot of the other books at the same time, which is why I'm not rushing to read all these. I have them, I own them, so I'll eventually read it. But that's the way I plan on reading it. I'm going to probably finish A Court of Wings and Ruin either today or tomorrow. And then I will start jumping into Throne of Glass and reading all this. And like I said, I will read Assassin's Blade third, just because that's where SJM put it. Also, the path that I'm following, I heard somebody else say this was the path that they did, and so that's the path that I'm following. So that's where you put it. But like I said, you could read it first, you could read it third, you could read it fourth. It's totally up to you. Um, I would go check out, what is it? Like I said, Abby's reads. She is really good with the way this whole thing runs together. So I'd go check out hers and look at her videos and see how you could read it there. Also, there's like I said, what is it? Emily Brooks, I think was the other one who's really fond of these books. So there's a few other people that know this series more than I do. Like I said, I'm just kind of going off of what they did, but like I said, SJM did say read it third, so that's the way I'm going to probably read it. But yeah, that's just a sacred question of where do I read this book? Wherever you want to. You could read this series first and then read Akatar and then read Crescent City. You could read Crescent or Akatar first and then read this and then read Crescent City. All I know is make sure you read Crescent City last because that's what everybody else says. So read Crescent City last. Read this one wherever the heck you want to read it. Read that series first and then come to this series, or read this series first and then go to that series. That's what's great about this series, is that it can be mixed up so freaking much. It makes that universe such a great universe because people still love it. No matter which way people read it, everybody still loves the series. That's what's great about this series. So read it where you want to read it and enjoy it. And then if you liked it so much, switch it around. Go back and reread it and move it into a different spot and see if it made that much of a difference. So other than that, peace. Thanks for the question.